Good afternoon. Welcome to Trading with Goals. I'm going to start. So today we're just going to cover because it's the last class, it's gonna be like an overview. Can you guys hear me? Give me a second, I'll look for this. I was looking for the microphone. So it's going to be like an overview of the strategies that are very key if you want to be successful in finding some good plays. Most of those keys that I look at are usually the ones I use for looking for 5K plays, and most of them are strategies for swing trades. Okay, so that's what I'm gonna, just an overview. I'm not gonna go deep into it because there's strategies we've been talking about for long. Now the first one is the 1, 2, 3 pullback. So 1, 2, 3 pullback is either a bullish pullback or a bearish pullback. So it means what has to happen before that, the stock has to have previously strongly trending down or strongly trending up. Then you're expecting it to make a pullback. So if the previous trend was bearish, you're expecting a bullish pullback. If the previous trend was bullish, you're expecting a bearish pullback. And that's the one we've been looking at, like since SPY hit this level, we've been expecting a bullish pullback. Now, in that pullback, you're expecting that stock to create 3 higher highs. So, and the higher highs, so from whatever, if that stock was trending down, like SPY and QQQ and the rest of the stock market that are trending down, you want that stock to at least have first of all, to have a change of character. So you will find, how do you know that stock is due for a pullback? Stock will be giving you either 9, those, a pullback can take 6, 3 to 6. A strong trend takes 9 over 9 days or 9 lower lows. So when you create those lower lows, when that stock is creating lower lows up to 9 or 12, so multiple of 3 after 9 is 12, 15, 18, 21, like that. So you're expecting a pullback. So the trend is, when you have a reversal, we had a reversal, then you have a pullback, pullback, continuation. So you first want a strong trend that can give you a pullback. So the trend is after reversal, then we have confirmation, and that stock creates a lower high for a bearish trend. And then after that, you're trading pullback, continuation, pullback, continuation. Now, when you have a stock that has been trending down, you want a change of character for confirmation of a pullback. If any stock, like for instance, this candle, the last lower high candle, for it to have a change of character, you need a green candle that closes above the previous candle for you now to start counting the 3 higher highs. So we know pullback can give you 3 to 6 higher highs. So after that, you can be trading. If this stock is giving you a good range, this red candle is a good range, you can still trade it, especially most of the time, like we've realized last week, when stocks have a huge drop, you will have indecision where the market is not decided if they want to keep that stock going down or they want to keep it going to pull it back up. So those indecisions are good for you know, to gauge how the market wants to go after a strong bearish trend or a strong bullish trend. Okay, so those candles you're seeing, the indecision, you have 3 days. You want the indecision to be less than 9 days. You know, after 9 days, we've seen so many stocks when they're indecisive after 9 days, it goes on all the way to 21, 30 days. So you want the indecision to be below 6, 9 days. Okay. So that means 6 candles of indecision. If it's giving you only 3 candles, then that's a strong, there's a possibility you're going to get a strong pullback. Okay, so that after a strong downtrend, you want to see less than 9 days of indecision. If it's less than, it's actually 3 or less than 6, even better, then you're preparing for that bullish pullback. Okay, so that's very important. After a strong trend is what we call calm after a storm, is the market is not decided for a couple of days. You don't want it to go more than 6 to 9 days. Okay, so here SPY gave us 3 days of indecision, and then you started getting the strong bullish candles. Okay, now how do you trade the higher highs? It means that stock will have a higher low and higher high. The next day, higher low, higher high. But you want that to start after a change of character. So before you get a change of character, you're still trading that stock up. So we needed SPY to be above 540. From when it was coming from this indecision, it was at 524. So you could have traded SPY all the way to 540. So if you look, these 3 days of indecision, the 6th, the 7th, and the 8th, if we go to a lower time frame, on the 8th, so here we had these 3 days of indecision. So we came, we hit 507, and then we had this indecision. So we came down, and then we created a higher low. So after that, you want higher highs, or after the confirmation, you want the change of character. So for us, the change of character, SPY needed to break to close above 540. Okay, so 540 was the change of character. So you are writing it from that 514, you're writing it up, so it's going up, pullback. As long as it's not above 540, expect a pullback, and then ride up. So this one took all these days. So from the when we hit those, the 507, then a higher low, we are starting to ride up to have a change of character. It took from the 7th, 8th, all the way. So we had this indecision, and then now we started, when we broke and closed above 540 was the 13th. So after that, now you are counting your higher highs. Okay, when we broke above 540, after that, you're looking for higher low, you're riding it up, higher high. Another higher low, you're riding it up, higher high. Higher low, you're riding it up, you need to break the previous higher high candle. Okay, that's what you're doing. So that's the 1, 2, 3 pullback when a stock was on a bearish trend. Okay, so you can buy from the moment you have now the break above, you have a change of character. So for instance, here, the day we broke above 540, you could have bought your calls because you're expecting to create higher highs, or you're expecting to go 50% retracement, or to go back to where we came from, because that can also happen. Okay, so you can buy time. Those pullbacks are not as, may not be as big as because that stock is supposed to create higher highs. So the pullbacks might not be deep pullbacks, you know, they from hitting a high to coming down. So if you're a person who's not scared of this, you can buy time and then you're holding. So this stock has already told you from when it had a change of character, I'm ready for the 1, 2, 3 pullback, because people ask, how do we know it's gonna do the 1, 2, 3 pullback? You want a change of character. So the previous lower high candle, you want it to close above it. Okay, it had days of indecision, and then you need it to be above this change of character. So the day it closed above 540, you start counting your one higher high, second higher high, up to the third one. Okay. After that, when a stock has given you 3 higher highs or even more than that, as long as it's not retesting the previous candle. So this is the previous high. So we had SPY 565. In 3 days, it was giving us double, like triple top. So we go to a lower high. We rejected when we were now close to that 565. So we broke 560. Then we have 562. It rejected 565, the first attempt. Another one, 563, rejected 565. And then another one, 563, rejected 565. So now we want to see the next week, is SPY going to continue up to break 565? So, or will it reject it and then you'll write, you go back, you get puts, you're going down. Okay. So that's how, when you had a strong bearish trend and it's a pullback. Okay. Some stocks, like, so we see this now. So this is now from, you guys remember from February, it hit 815, came down. Then you want to get a stock, especially after that strong down move. You want those inside bars. The inside bars are indecision. The indecision you want now, when that decision is made, the stock decides, okay, now I'm going to pull back. You want the inside candles, the indecision, and then you want the change of character. So that's what you'll be looking at for a change of character. When you have a change of character, so it's either a pullback to create a lower high, or it's going to break the previous lower high candle and then the previous lower high level, and then now you're looking for continuation. So like here, this was a lower high, we broke above it, but we still didn't hit 815. Then it came down, and then finally we broke that post here, went to 850. Okay. So this one, if a stock is giving you shallow, here we didn't have a change of character on the bearish trend side. It was telling us it still wants to go up. It is now what you're looking for, continuation, or it rejects the previous high candle and then you get a bearish continuation. So for any stock, especially the tech stocks that were already bearish, they were, bearish for a long time, like MDB. So from here, we hit 214. We came here. We did not have a change of character. As long as it's not having this change of character, then it will still be trending inside this range candle. So here, this is a stock still. We don't have a decision because it has never gone above this. That's why when you see the pullbacks, they're not very strong. Okay. They're not very strong pullbacks because this stock never went back above this 329. So now, like such a stock, you're looking for just the previous high. So 271. If it does not touch it, you're riding it. It means it still can continue down and close below this, the previous support, which is 214. So here we had 214, 214, almost like a double bottom, ride it up. So depending on the stock you're trading, you want to see the strength of that stock. After it's pulling back, did it have a change of, when it started pulling back, did it have a change of character? Okay. If you're finding change of character, now you're trading higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. So here we had what? We had, you guys remember, Tesla was going sideways, painfully going sideways for over a month. Then finally what happened? We had a change of character. So when you have a change of character, you can buy time. So you're looking at the previous candle, the previous, where did it come from? So we were going to break above 265. If that's the level, from when you have a change of character, from the candle you have a change of character, the one that closes above this, which was, so this was 197. We needed it to close above 197, which was this candle. So from that day, you can buy time. Okay, you want 3 to 6 higher highs. So you had first one, second, third, fourth, fifth. It gave us 6 higher highs. Okay. Okay, so you're looking for those after the change of character. It's your confirmation that is going to give you a bullish pullback. Okay, now for those are for stocks that were trending down. Okay, now if you see this pullback, it was not very strong. Okay, we had a change of character here. We had a change of character on this candle, and then we had this one, like this was the first higher high, then the second higher high. So this was not a strong pullback. It didn't give us 3 higher highs. And then finally we saw this sideways. And I said, if you want inside candles, you want it below 9 days. Any stock you see with more than 9 inside candles inside the range, just leave it alone. It can go to 21, go to 30 days. Okay. So that's for bullish pullback. So now, like here, Tesla, this is the range candle. It has been trending inside. So you can trade Tesla, the same stock you can trade to go back to break, to have the change of character. So for Tesla, it needed to close above 218. What was it? 218. So after this, you want the inside, the indecision less than 6 to 9. So we had the first indecision, the second, third, fourth, fifth. Then if it's starting going up, you can buy time to this 218. So if you look from this date, Tuesday 13th, you go to a lower time frame, you can either be day trading Tesla or you can buy time. So here we had 195, 194, 196, like a triple bottom. We're going up, then 198. So you can be trading it, the same Tesla, or you're buying time for it until it closes above 218. So the date hit 219, close above 218, you're riding it up. So it was going 228. So you're doing go up, pull back. Go up, pull back. If it's giving you a lower high, you're trading it down because it needs to close a higher high. It needs to be above the previous high. So if you have 228, that's the high, then the next day it's an inside bar, and then the next day it's a lower high, just get puts because it is not going above 228. So if Tesla wants to go, you're still looking at Tesla. It needs for another higher high, it needs to be above which level? 228. So if it's giving you a higher low, you can ride it up. For 221, if it's a shallow pullback, you can still hold. Why you need it above 228? For it to give you those good pullback there, 1, 2, 3 pullbacks. Okay, so from the inside bars, you need a change of character. Okay, if you look at the stocks now that were, the stocks that are trending up, and then which stock? Stock, let me look at Alta first, which was also bearish. So Alta did not have a wide range candle. These are the best because it's not like Tesla and the rest you're seeing. It's one range candle. It has to work hard to have a change of character. This is not the same. So this for this Alta, it just needed this, this was the lower low. It needed this candle. This was the candle to have a change of character. And then you go to first higher high, second higher high, third higher high. So when you see a stock that was trending down and it's not just one range candle, a huge candle, for instance, like Tesla, it's one candle that stock has to work hard to do a change of character. This is actually the best because we had a change of character here on Wednesday. So if you see on Wednesday 14th, you could have caught that Alta move So this 13th here, we had the change of character. If you see, we hit, this was the low, 318, 318. And then the next day, we had a change of character. It closed above this, and then we had a shallow pullback, a higher low. You would have caught this move up, okay? It went to 284. So this is something, the stocks that are not giving you one huge range candle, it's very easy for such a stock to have a change of character. So you don't miss those kind of moves that we saw. So we had a first higher high, second higher high, and third higher high. Because the change of character, that stock didn't need to work too much to gain it. Okay, if you look at Lulu, so same for Lulu. It didn't have, you see, it was just giving those candles going down, going down. They are not massive. Like here, this was 246 to 226. So it didn't need to move so much to have a change of character. So we had a change of character here. This candle closed above this. So after that, you want those three higher highs, and it can be 3 to 6 higher highs. So after this, you need another one. Here we had 3, then we had indecision, then it continued up. Okay, so that's for bullish pullback. Okay. So when you're selecting the ones that have a huge range, it means in those days, you're trading it a couple of days before it has a change of character. And the ones that have not, doesn't have to work a lot, it just needs one candle to have a change of character. And then now you're counting your 3 higher highs. Okay. Now for stocks that hit, stocks that hit 52-week high and you're expecting, so such a stock like McDonald's, 2-month high, and if it doesn't go back to where it came from, so we came from, McDonald's hit 302, so if it's going up and doesn't hit 302, then you'll be timing the same thing for a bearish pullback. I don't know which stock. Lily still hasn't giving us. So this is, let's say we were looking at this day. So we hit 52-week high when it hit 966. You only had 1 day of indecision, and then the next candle you had a change of character. So this one it didn't create those ranges. It was just so many days of trending up, slowly walking up, and then you have 1 day of indecision. The next day you have a change of character. So you want it after the change of character, you have your confirmation. So it lower high, you're expecting 3 to 6 lower lows. So here it only gave us the first one, the second one, then you have inside bars. You want those inside bars not to go to 6 to 9. So this one was only 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we had another lower low, and then like that, and then until it hit this bottom here, and then we have 2 indecision. And then you see going back up, we had a change of character, a very one candle doing the change of character. So the next candle, you're riding this stock up, you get a second higher high. This was an inside candle, and then another one like that. So it's very easy to trade. This was a bearish pullback. Sorry, a bullish 1 to 3 bullish pullback, meaning the stock was trending up and then gave you the 3 to 6 lower lows, or if the stock is trending down and then it's giving you 3 to 6 higher highs. Okay, so whenever you're going to look at the daily candle, if you're picking a stock with one huge range candle, then it means that stock has to work too much and it will find a lot of struggle. But if a stock only has one, it was trending down nicely or trending up nicely, You only need a small, a 1 day for that stock to break out to get a change of character. It's very easy to trade such stocks. Okay. So here we know DE has been bearish. We had indecision here. You want that indecision inside this range candle. You want it not to go than 6 days. 6 to 9 days of indecision. If it's less than 6, then it means that's the stock you're looking at. Right? Very much. Marie. Okay. So here DE, that change of character, just one candle gave us a change of character. So you are this moving all the way. This was ER, went up. Then the another one was an inside candle, meaning you still have room for that stock to give you 3 to 6 higher highs. Then barely broke it. And then inside, so it means it still has room to give you 1 day of trending up to break the previous high. Okay. So those are good stocks either for swing, you can swing after you have change of character, or you can day trade the same stock. It's giving you a higher low, you're going up, you're going to break the previous high, giving you a new high, like that for 3 to 6 higher highs. If it's going all the way to retest, so now if DE goes and breaks 390, so it means now we have a change of character on this previous high in July, and then it means we're now looking at the next high. So you go back and then you're looking at 417. So it means if it breaks above 390, then you're looking at it going all the way to 417. So we have now this change of character as the previous, the break above previous, close above previous lower high level. Okay, that's one strategy you guys can look at. You want a stock that had been trending up or trending down, and you're expecting a bullish or a bearish pullback. So those are the 1, 2, 3 pullback, and 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 bullish pullback, or 1, 2, 3 bearish pullback. When you want that stock to give you a good pullback, you need to look at the ADX. I was very happy to see some people still using the ADX, which shows you the strength of the trend. You need the ADX to be above 30. Okay. If you're looking at a stock and you're expecting a pullback, and that stock, the ADX is less than 30, you probably see those are the stocks that when they pull back, if you look at Google, okay. So if you look at such stocks, they're the ones that when you look at the ADX, it's less than 30. That's why you're not getting a strong pullback. And this one, why then you're like, I should not, this, if you're eliminating, then Google until it closes above 168, you will not get any strong decision out of it. This is the difference between a stock which has a change of character and the one that doesn't have a change of character. Okay, so that's one strategy. 1, 2, 3 pullback, either bullish or bearish. You can get swing trades out of it. You can get day trade out of it. You guys have seen Tesla, the same stock, you're trading it higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. Or if it's bearish, lower high, lower low, like that, like that. Okay. The other strategy, and I told you about this strategy, I've told you guys about this strategy. I think I thought about it a couple of months ago. I don't know if there's anyone who still looks at it. So it's called 180. Okay. So what is 180? You have a stock 1 day, it's up, the close is, so you have to be on a lower time frame to see that. Okay. So let's say, for instance, it's doing a 180 degree. You will see a stock today, it's bullish. Then the next day, it's bearish. So the close of the previous day, I want to pick, let me see. So this one is based on the close. So you can use 30 level to see this, and you can do it with the day. You want 2 days, you're comparing 2 days. You have to be checking your ADX for wherever stock your trend. It's measuring the strength of the trend. So if you're not checking the ADX, it means those are the ones you get. You get chip. You think that stock, oh, because it's trending up, it will continue trending up. But when you look at the ADX is very below 30. There's no way that trend will hold up. Those are the trends you call dead cat bounce. Okay, so if you see, oh, you wake up, you see your RH is up, and then you have a slight pullback, and then you say, oh, I'm going to trade calls. But when you look at the ADX, it's below 30. That trend will not hold, especially if you're a person who does swing trades. You have to look at the ADX. If you're doing swing trades and you're not looking at the ADX, that's why you are going wrong. You have to have a strong bullish or a strong bearish trend. So if it's a bullish trend, the ADX is above 30, and then the positive DI, so it's bullish, it has to have a positive DI. If it's bearish, it has to have a negative DI. You guys can go look on YouTube and you'll find the lesson on ADX. Okay, so for McDonald, so you're looking at the close, you're comparing the close, the previous day and today. Okay, so here you had the close for McDonald. So this was the close here. So the next day you're looking at the close. The close was 269 on the 12th, and then the close. Which day am I looking? Hold on. Which day is this? 12th. Canada stop. So you're comparing the close on 2 days. One day, if it's a bullish 180, the close was down there, the close was below, and then the next day it closes up. So 12th. Okay, so this is a good example. Dash on this day, the close was at 124 the previous day, and then the next day it's closing up there. It's like the previous day the close was at the bottom, and then the next day the close is at the top. So that's a bullish 180. It's a bullish 180 where the close was down here, and then the next day the close is up there. So how do you trade such a stock? You want it when it's trading above now the day. Then this is a previous day. You're comparing 2 days. So when it trading above today's, when it had a higher close, when it's above it, you're trading calls. So you're looking the next day, the day it's trading above this close, so above 127.94, you're trading calls. So like here, the day it was trading above 127.94, it went up to 130. He had this pullback, went up, then it didn't break above 130, so it came down. So the same stock you're looking, you can be looking 2 days, use that same level, or you're looking 2 days when it's having 180. And this is based on the previous close. If you guys don't know, I've always insisted, if you do analysis using the previous close, you will catch some good moves. The previous week close, the previous day close, the previous month close. Very important. And we've seen it with the 30. So that's the 180 bearish, 180 bullish. You're looking, comparing 2 days, the close of 2 days. So if it's bearish, you have 1 day, the close is down here, and then the next day, the close is up here. So this is another 180. You have a close down here, and then the next day the close is up here. So you want the same stock for you to trade calls. It needs to be above it. The close of that when it had 180. And for puts, you're trading puts below that close. So as long as it's not breaking above that close, you're trading puts. If it's breaking above that close, you're trading calls. So you're comparing 2 days, the close of 2 days. You want that 180-degree change. It's either bullish or bearish. Okay. If you do that, you will catch some swing or day trade moves. Okay, so we have one. Then let's look at also Cover, and Cover had earnings. So this one would be a good example. So you're seeing on the 12th, so the 12th here and the previous day, so here even the 8th and the 9th, the close is down here, and then the next day the close was up here, one or at 90. So if it's trading above 90, you're riding it up. So here it was 91, 91. It didn't hold above 90. If it's trading below it, you're getting puts. So you can look up to the entire week using the same strategy. So here on 13th, it was above 90. It went up to 95. And then the next day it's above 90, so you're still riding it up. It can be good for swing, it can be good for day trade. As long as it's above that previous close high, the high level, then you're trading up. When it's below it, you're trading down. So this, it kept being above that 90 and continuing up. Above 90, you're still riding it up. Above 90, you're riding it up until we went all the way. Post here, it went all the way to 125. Okay, so that's a good strategy for if you're comparing 2 days. Especially, you'll see, I like those stocks that one day that stock is trending up the whole day, the next day is trending up the whole, or trending down the whole day. So you have the 180. It's a 180-degree change of the closing price. When you have such a thing, you want to see below that close, you're trading puts, above it, you're trading calls. It's a 180, a bullish or bearish strategy. Okay, you're comparing 2 days. Now, the other strategy you guys should know by now is the slingshot setup. Okay, slingshot setup.
Virginia.
Yeah.
Sorry, before you move, I don't know if you already answered Jeff's question. She asked if you're checking your ADX on a daily. Sorry, I could have missed that. And then for your SATI, are you using the same multi-day for the daily charts and the intraday charts, like on the 15-minute? You have to change back and forth.
You have to repeat.
For the 30 seconds.
I can't hear. You are like breaking out up.
Sorry, maybe it's my network. Can you hear me better?
You can hear you, but you are cutting. It's like you're speaking, then cutting, speaking, cutting, like that.
I could type it in the message.
Okay, try again, and then you can type it also.
Okay, so my question is about the SATI settings. We were looking at it on the daily chart, and it gave the same picture as what we are seeing here on intraday on the 15 and 1 hour. So my question is, are you changing your settings, your SATI settings for your long-term analysis and your daily, or you just keep it on the multi-day?
So this strategy of 180, you're looking at 2 days. So you're looking at previous day close and today's close. Yep. So this one, you have to be on the daily because you're looking at the previous day. So here you're picking your day. you're looking at 2 days, the close of 2 days. So today, what was the close? The next day, what was the close? So here, like here, the close is 98, and then the next day, the close is 102. So it means you have a what? You have a 180. So when you have a 180, you want the third day. So you have day 1 is the previous day, day 2 is the day of. It has the current day. So let's say Friday. You're comparing to which previous day? Close Thursday. You want to know how you're going to trade on which day? Monday.
On Monday.
Okay, so you're comparing 2 days to know how to trade on day 3. Okay, so this day, the previous close is down here. The next day, the previous close is up here. So that stock closed up above the previous day's close. So you want to know the next day, how am I trading? So if you see this one, this was the 21st. So for you to trade calls, it needs to trade above the previous, this day's close, the high of this day's close. So when it's above 102, you are riding it up. Okay. And then it kept continuing up. It's a very good strategy for looking for day trades and swing. So as long as it's trading above that previous day close, you're trading calls. If it's trading below, if you're now a bearish one, you're comparing, one day that stock was up, the next day it was down. So on day 3, when it's below that previous day close, you're trading puts. So that's a strategy for, you're comparing 2 days. So you're using the daily close. You guys know weekly. So weekly close, it means next week. If this stock is trading above, so this is where you click on multi if you are doing what? Multi-day trading. So if you are looking at this, cover, how would you pronounce it? So on Monday, you know these things update every Monday. So here on the 19th, as long as it's trading above the previous week close, you're doing what? You're trading calls. So what was the previous week close? 98.96. So on Monday, it went above it. It gave you an intention. Okay. The next day, it was below it. And then here, it was above it. So above it, what level are you looking for? 108, 100%. So above 98, you wanted 108. Did it touch 108? No. When it came down, did it go back to previous close? No. So you're still riding it up. It broke 108. And then the next level, it broke 117. And then it was supposed to go to 126. So previous week, close. Then previous month, close. You're changing this to the next, to monthly, the swing. So if you want to get those swings, the long-term hold, you're using previous month. Okay. So previous month, the beginning of the month, they are the ones now you can hold long-term. Terry, I hope you're getting the difference.
Yes, I am.
Okay. So previous month, beginning of the month, August 1st. So August 1st here, it went below it, went above it. So it was giving us 2 intentions. Then finally here, now this is where you're using the upper trigger for entry. So previous close is 84. For you to get calls, it needed to be above 87.84. So it was above it. So you trade calls. 100% was 99. 200% was 114. 300% was 130. So it broke. So here, when you're trading, when it's above 100%, you're riding it up. It was above. It hit 114. Above it, it was supposed to go to 130. So 125 was a lower high. So you want to see Monday, will it continue up? So that's how you're using the, I know this is previous close. I'm explaining Sati previous close daily, weekly, monthly. Okay. So for the 180 degree, it is daily. You want 2 days. One day, this stock is closing down there. The next day it's closing up there. So if it want continuation, it needs to trade above that close up there. If it's bearish, one day is trading up there, the next day is trading down there. So if you're trading puts, you want it to trade below that previous close. I hope that makes sense. Okay, now ADX, these are indicator I found which shows the ADX on the chart. There's the one which we already were using when we were doing the training, but I found another one and I don't know. I have to look at the chart. I'll tell you guys. So I don't know. I don't remember. So this one, you need the ADX and the DI. So when it's a positive DI, okay, so the ADX line is the blue one. Then a bullish trend, you want the positive DI to be above, and then the negative DI is down. So you're looking on the lower time frame. Yes, you might see those strong moves, but you want to know it on the daily. The daily is the better one, or even on a longer time frame, like a 4 hour. Okay, so here, if you play, what is it? Replay, you have to be on regular candles. Okay. Now, this is what you're seeing on the daily. This stock is trending up. Let's see on 1 hour. So on the 1 hour, the ADX on 21st, it was let me replay. So the ADX you want to see, this blue ADX is 55, you want it above 30, and the positive DI has to be higher than the negative one because it's a bullish trend. You can see clearly here, the ADX is 55, so it's above 30. I want to see when it went above it. Let's do a replay and see when it went. So let me make this bigger. Let me move this. So you want to see when the ADX went on above 30. You can look at, I like 1 hour time frame. You can do 4 hour. Daily is long term. So sometimes it might take long before the ADX you see it above, especially for stocks that were bearish and then it's moving up. So let's do a replay and see. So look at this ADX. You can see the ADX is above 30 on 16th. And the positive DI is higher than the negative DI. I'm looking at these numbers here. So when the ADX is above 30, that is telling you, and the positive DX is higher than the negative, you're looking at a bullish trend. Okay? You want it above 30. You're seeing on this day, the ADX went lower to 16, 19, then it's jumping up. So now the negative DI is higher than the positive. You see how it's changing. On 1 hour time frame is good for day trading. And if you want to swing, you want to look at 4 hour. You see it's at 40 and the positive DI is 20. It's above the negative DI. Now you see 36, so it's above 30. Now you're getting calls. It's a bullish strength. It's a bullish trend. You see post ER. This is very good, especially for stocks that are doing post ER. Okay, Terry, umeona?
Nimeona kabisa.
Yes. So even on a lower time frame, you can look at it if you're scalping, but I like catching anything 1 hour time frame, 2 hours, 4 hours is really better for you to be able to know. Let's see on 4 hour. Let's let's do a replay, then pre-ER. So don't be there forcing a play. Oh, I'm trading calls. And then when you look at the DX, it's below 30. And then you're like, oh, I was in calls and then it turned red. You have no one to blame. Because if you're trading without looking at the ADX, you need to know the strength of the trend. If it's a bullish ADX, it has to be above 30. If it's a bearish ADX, it has to be above 30. And then you're looking at the positive, this DI, directional, and then positive is for calls, negative is for puts. So for calls, it needs to be above the negative one, higher than the negative one. If it's for puts, it needs to be lower. So you see, this is 38. So it means it can still go up. You know, ADX has no, I don't know, it can go to 100 or what, but it can still go up. It's just at 38. So different time frames giving you different ADX. So for, let's say 15 minutes, if you're trading post-year, so let's look the day before. Okay, so you want to see if what you're trading cover post-year. Okay, so ADX above 30. When the market opened, it was above, very high. Okay, so this telling you it's a strong bullish trend. The DI is more than the negative one. So when the market opens, if it's still above 30, you still have room to ride it up. Okay, so the market opened, it was coming from lower, and then that's why I say for lower time frame, sometimes it can be very tricky because any slight pullback, you'll push the ADX lower, but confirm it with a higher time frame like a 1 hour or 4 hour. Okay, you see this one has gone all the way to 60 on 15 minutes. So for a good measure, please use 1 hour. It's a better measure for ADX. Daily, it's a long time frame. So if you see, even now the ADX is still below 30, and it's on the daily chart. Let's see if it's looking at McDonald, which has been trending up. The ADX is what? Is 41. So if you push McDonald back to here, from when McDonald, let's say after this, let's see what the daily was telling us. So daily can take a while before you get it up to 30. It has especially stocks that were trending down. So you can see McDonald 30. When it was hitting that 30, it was when it was going almost hitting the 290 mark. So on a lower time frame, on the 1 hour, so let's look on this day. Okay, so see here ADX, so still 14. So you see when the stock is going sideways, the ADX, so you don't want to be caught, oh, I'm trading calls for this stock. And look at the ADX is below 10. Okay, now you see there, it broke above 30. And then we saw McDonald pushing up and up, going all the way to 290. Okay, So 1 hour time frame for me is the best for day trading or even swing. You can see ADX went all the way to 84. Even when it's pulling back, the ADX is still above 30. So it's telling you, yeah, you can still have room to ride it up. So if you're a person who swings, especially if you do swing trading, or you do those ERs, lottos, you must look at the ADX. It's very important. So you can't be there saying, oh, I'm holding my calls, I'm holding my puts. And when you look at the ADX is below 30, it's 10, 12, 15, you're doing, that's a risk, okay? So does that answer? I hope of that answers also Chip. Terry, does that make sense? Okay. So the other one, another strategy also. So if you look stocks that are going sideways, okay, they're creating those inside bars. And if you look at the ADX, is still above 30. So if you want to know these stocks, they were before, like here, you see a bullish trend. And when the stock is creating indecision candles, you see the ADX is still above 30. That it means you're still expecting continuation. So those days when you're having indecision, 3 days of indecision or 6 days or 9 days, look at the ADX of that stock. Okay, if you're seeing the ADX is still above 30, it still has room to go up. If it's a bullish ADX, let's a bullish DI, positive DI. If it's a negative DI, then it means that stock is still gonna continue down. There's an indicator I saw that gives you the ADX on the chart. I'll look for it. The one that shows you the ADX on the chart, depending on the time frame you're looking at. I'll look for it and let you guys know. Okay. So we've talked about the 180. That's what it involves when you're talking about 180 bullish or 180 bearish. You're comparing 2 days. But previous close is very important. Daily, it means you're day trading. Multi-day is the weekly one, can be several days. Then monthly, you're looking at the swing. Those are the long ones. If you want long-term holds, previous close is very important. Okay. The other one that is very common, slingshot setup. So slingshot setup, it means those stocks are creating 2-month high, 52-week high, then any stock. So like now, this McDonald, you are looking out for a bullish slingshot setup, meaning it created a 2-month high. So you guys know McDonald was trending down. We have a 2-month high. So every day, if it's not giving you a new high, so from when it was trending up, so the minute it gave you 2-month high, you're looking the next day, especially you guys remember the bullish flag. If that stock gives you a flag and barely gives you a pullback, then you're expecting continuation. And then in the next day, continuation. If it's giving you the day it hits 52-week high, and then it gives you inverted V, it comes down almost to like here. This date we hit 290 and then came down, broke below the open. There's a high chance that stock is coming to an end. So the next, okay, go to the bedroom. If the next day it's not continuing down below that low, then you don't have a slingshot setup. So here we broke below it, but the next day it opened above this low. So it means it still has room to go up and give you a new high. So it went up, gave us a new high. So even if you see an inverted V, the next day, as long as it's opening above the previous day low, as long as it's opening above the previous day low, then you don't have a slingshot setup. So that stock still has room to give you a new high. But the minute you're opening the next day and it's below the previous day low, then it means you'll get a whole day trending down. So when you get this inverted V, look at that stock, especially if it has hit a new 2-month high or 52-week high. Look at that stock the day it hits that high and gives you an inverted V pattern. Look at that stock the next day. If it opens above the previous day low, it will give you a new high. If it doesn't give you a new high, you're going to come down. It's going to break this level. If it's opening below the previous day low, you have a slingshot setup, so it's going to go low. If it doesn't bounce that day to give you a new high, the next day, just be planning for puts. Okay. So here we see we had a pullback. It didn't give us a slingshot setup. It went up. It gave us a new high, barely. So this is 290.5 and this is 290.71. Okay, so the same stock, you're trading bullish slingshot. Either it's a shallow pullback or you're looking for this inverted V pattern. So the same thing, the stocks that are trending up, you're looking for a slingshot setup. They're giving you new highs, 2-month high, 52-week high, like ISRG. So we had a 52-week high here. Now, you see this? It went up, gave you an inverted V pattern. The next day, it broke, but it gave us like a double bottom. So the same stock, there's a possibility to go up and give you a new high, especially if it's having a strong close. It went up, gave us a new high. You're looking for the same thing. So here, almost gave us that inverted V, the same thing. We got a new high, and then we got a slingshot setup. Okay. For stocks hitting 2-month low, for now, slingshot setup should be very, very easy for anyone. Okay, so this is Tuesday, the 13th, when it hit 318. This is Alta. You can see from 318 went all the way. Okay, so you can't miss these moves because you know this stock is hitting 52-week low. It should be a stock you're looking at every day. Okay, so this is what happens. We hit 318.15. So the next day, you're supposed to break above the previous day high. This is the opposite. We broke above the previous day high. So if you're seeing such a stock, so 318 is supposed to go to 326, break above it. Most probably is going to give you a whole day trending up. We went up. And then the next day, it went even higher. Okay, so we have this. This is 333, slightly higher than the previous day. If that stock does not go back to give you a new low, you're looking at what? 50% retracement. So come here to your 4-hour and you turn your 50% retracement. Those are plays nobody should miss. That move for Alta, nobody should have missed, because you every day look for stocks that have hit 52-week low, 52-week high, 2-month high, 2-month low every day, because they'll give you a play, a possible move the next day. So here you turn these 50% retracement. Anytime a stock is hitting 52-week high, start salivating for that 50% retracement. So here, 50% retracement was supposed to be what? 367. That's why we got that move up. It went all the way to 384. Then we had this continuation. You will not have missed this move because you're tracking stocks hitting 52-week high, 52-week low, 2-month high, 2-month low. You will not have moved. This is a move next day. It's not a move for next week. It is next day. You get a slingshot setup, break above previous day high. So it can either continue down, or give you 50% retracement. So after you get the slingshot set up, you want to look at the next day. Is it creating a higher low? So from this day, we went to, so this was the day it hit 52-week low. The next day you got a slingshot setup. The next day you're looking at a higher low, 318, 318. As long as it's not going back here, you can take a gamble and get calls while you're aiming for 50% retracement. So every day, stocks hitting 52-week high, 52-week low, 52-week, 2-month high, 2-month low. Okay. Then every day when a stock breaks out, so this is the same thing, we had this breakout. So stocks that report earnings and then you see this breakout, these are stocks you still need to look at. Why? They've had a breakout. Most of the time that breakout will give you 2-month high, 2-month low. Mostly these breakouts you see with either stock that reports earnings or a stock has some news. So if you see this breakout, so now we have 2-month high. So what are you doing? You're looking for what? Slingshot setup. So we broke out, we created 2-month high. So now this day went to 354. So if you missed alta here, you should not miss alta the next day. So you've hit a high here, 2-month high. The next day, what are you looking for? Slingshot setup or a shallow pullback? So we hit 258. The next day, did it give you a slingshot setup? No, you have a higher low. So what are you doing? You're trading calls from 267 to 282. The same stock. You missed the first moves. You're not going to miss this move. So now what do you want? You want a new high. Now, you know, slingshot setup is based on what? Based on market hours, not this. So here, this is the high. We have a new high here. So the next day, the same stock. It gave us a new high. What are you doing? Slingshot setup. So if you see a stock giving you inverted V here, when the market open hit 392, gave you inverted V here, then a shallow pullback, get puts. We got puts. You can leave a runner, went down, broke. So now you have what? You have a slingshot setup. So you can take a gamble and get what? Calls. So this day you would have swing calls from 368, 370, it went to 386. 386 is a lower high, didn't hit 392. So 386, then the next day you're looking for another lower high. We got a lower high, you're getting puts. So the same stock. So it can either continue back up to 390 or now you're going back down. If it goes down, you're still looking at this 318. Any higher low, you're riding it up. It's headed for earnings. You already now know what to anticipate for alta. So slingshot setup. Every day before you go to sleep, if you have kids, ask them to look for you. Stocks that hit 52-week high, 52-week low, 2-month high, 2-month low, or they had a breakout. So same, you guys remember Starbucks. It had what? It had a breakout. No? They I don't know, a CEO or a finance guy joined from Chipotle. When the same, you have such a stock, you start now timing. Let's say you missed. This stock was also that move. Starbucks was in the 5K list, so you could not have missed that move if you are just tracking any stock in the 5K list. Start looking at it. What is it doing? What is it supposed to do? So if you look, you go to the daily. Starbucks, you'd have seen what? It had hit 52-week low. Then it had a slingshot setup here. Then it was creating higher low. So this is a stock that after it hit 52-week high, it never went back to it. What has it been doing? Creating higher low. So higher low here, what are you seeing after this candle? We had, you want inside bars and then you want change of character. So we got inside bar, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we had a change of character. So this Monday 12th, you would have known I'm getting what? Calls. That change of character is confirmed for you. So this was Monday 12th. We needed that change of character. You have a change of character. So gamble with calls. You'd not have missed this move. Why? 50% retracement. Just you salivate those, and if you look, contracts are usually very cheap. It's just that people don't take keen look at those things. So since it hit that 70, so 71, 50% retracement was supposed to be 84. So it broke that, went all the way to 90, 96. Okay, so the same stock, you're looking at it. After this move, you will always be followed by some indecision. It's always like that. This stock was going sideways, then we have a move. The market is shocked. What happened? Also, this was based on news. They don't know whether they want to take it up. So you're still timing the same stock. Then if it's either going to break above that previous high, you're riding it up. If not, you're getting puts. You want half of this move. It went from 96, it came from 76 to 96. That's what? 20 points. So if it's getting puts, you have 10, half of that, 50%, 85. Because you have this range candle. So now you're looking at Starbucks every day. Above it, you're riding it up. Below it, you're getting puts. Okay, so those are breakouts. Those breakouts for earnings. Stocks that have reported earnings that they break out, like Cover. This stock, because it broke out after earnings. So you want to see, will it continue? Because the market has told you the decision. They want to ride it up.
Ivy, we can't hear. I can't hear from my end.
Oi, sorry. So any stock that breaks out, especially if a stock had earnings and you have a breakout, it means the market has made a decision. They've made a decision. What is the decision? We want to ride this stock up. So why are people scared of trading this stock? Oh, it went up. Oh, the contracts are up. Get a higher strike price. You will not miss this move. So pre-market, you want to see any stock that had a breakout or a breakdown. Why? Either post-ER or news. Okay. So when you have such a breakout, you want to trade that stock if it's going above the breakout high. Pre-market, it has opened above that. It has created now a 2-month high or a 2-month low. Above the breakout high, ride it up. If it's a breakdown, below the breakdown low, you ride it down. So that's the stock you want to camp there. You people who are running away. You're running away from that stock instead of going to that stock because it still has room. A decision has been made. Okay. That's now slingshot setup and breakout. Okay. The next strategy is the one we talked about last week. Was it last week? Multiple of 10, multiple of 10 resistance or support. Okay. So this is what you need to do. You're looking at, now I don't want you guys to look at, you can look at previous week, but if you want to get one that has a decision, okay, you always want to have a decision. look at 2 weeks back. So what does it mean? It means you're going to look at a stock 2 weeks before. So let's say for the week starting, that was starting on 19th, Monday, would have looked at 2 weeks before. 2 weeks before was now the week starting 5th, Monday, 5th to 9th. So you're coming here 5th to 9th. You want to see which multiple of 10 was hit or rejected, either resistance or support. Then the next week, you want to see if they made a decision to break above that multiple of 10. If they made a decision, then it means the next week, so this is what you'll be trading if you are looking at 19th, Monday 19th. So you'd have looked at previous 2 weeks. This week, 8th, so 5th to 9th. This stock had hit 81, 84, 86, 80, and on Friday, it hit which multiple of 10? 90. So if we're to look at cover from the 19th, you're looking 2 weeks before. On the 19th, you want cover above which support? You want it above this 90 for you to ride it up. So you want to see the following week, did they ride it above 90? If they do, that's the stock to trade. So you come here and see what happened the 12th to the 16th. It hit 90, 91, 95. So you're looking for which multiple of 10? 100. So this 96, 98. And then on Friday, it hit 98, 99. So it did not touch what? 100. So the next week, what are you looking for? As long as it's above 80 and 90, you're riding it up. What is your target? 100, 110, 120, like that. So you know a decision was made this week because what did it do? It stayed above 80, but it still didn't hit what? 100. So here we stayed above 90. We didn't go to 80. Okay, this was the support. Above 70, we were above 80, and then we broke 90. So the next week, it did not break below 90. So that's a strong stock. It didn't go below 90 support, and although it didn't go above 100, so the next week, the third week, you want it above what level? 90. Above 90, you are riding it up. So anytime from Monday, as long as it's above 90, ride it up. So 90, and then finally we broke 100. So it means you're looking at which level? 110. So above one, as long as it stays above 90, you're riding it to each level? 110. So here we have 96. So you'll be looking for double bottom or higher low. 96, 96, 97. It's a higher low. What are you riding? Up to which level? 110, because it broke above 100. So here, 104, and then higher low, broke above 110. So when the market opens, what is your target? 120, 130. 2 weeks. You can do it even for SPY. Any stock. You want to look 2 weeks. So the first week, you want to see which multiple of 10. The next week, you want to see if it broke that above that multiple of 10, which decision was made. Then now, third week. So SPY would have looked at the same, the 5th to the 9th. So the 5th, this was Monday. You want to see which multiple of 10 support and which multiple of 10 resistance. So we had broken below 510. Here we hit 507. Going up the entire week, you want to see which is the highest multiple of 10 it was broken. So we broke 520, we broke 530, which was on Wednesday. And then on Thursday, here we still had not hit which level? 540. So you're taking 2 weeks to analyze. You want to see the next week. Did it break above the previous week multiple of 10? You now need it above what level? 540, because this week it did not touch 540, although it was above 530. So next week, you want to see from Monday 12th to 16th, did it break above that, and which are the multiple of 10? So we see it hit, this is a Friday, so Monday, 535. Finally, we broke 540 on the 13th. We hit 544. And then on Thursday, we even broke 550. And then Friday, we did not touch 560. So what do you want SPY to be above the next week? We need it above which level? 550. And what is our target now? 560, 570. So the next week, that's your strategy. As long as it's above 550, you're riding it up. So here it's above 550, ride it up. It broke 560. It's above 550, ride it up. It's above 550, ride it up. When it's pulling back, so here, how many times it broke 560, did not go to 570, did not go to 570. 3 times, probably you should be looking at puts. We pulled back, still above which level? 550, we went up. Okay, so as long as it's above which level? 550, you're still riding that SPY up. So now, this week, this is Monday 26th. You're looking 2 weeks before. So 2 weeks before, you're starting from which week? The 12th to the 19th. Sorry, the 12th to the 16th. So here, we broke above 530, 540, and we broke above 550. Then the next week, you want to see, did it break above 550? We did. So this week, what did it do? We broke above 550. We went to 560. So which level do you want SPY above next week? You want SPY above which level? 560. So as long as SPY is above 560, you're riding it up. What is our target? 570. If it's not breaking 570, especially after 3 days not breaking, most of the time look for 3 days not breaking a multiple of 10. Prepare for what? Puts. You're going to which level? 550, 540. Any stock, it doesn't matter. A good example, Mera is another one. So if you look at Mera from the 5th to the 9th, so here from this here, we were coming from 440. You want to see from 5th to 9th, which multiple 10 did it break? This is Thursday. We hit 516, so we did not touch which level? We didn't touch 520. So the next week, you want Meta above which? So we want to see the next week, did it break? The next week, did it break above 520? Yes, it did. It went to 530, 534, 539, Thursday. So come Friday, it rejected which level? 540. So you want Meta above which level? 530, because it didn't touch 540. So you want it above 530. Above 530, you're riding it up. So this would have been Monday here. It's not above 530 here. Support. You want the support above 530. So if it's not 530, you see, this is what happened. The next day, it's not above 530. You see the move. Here, now finally we broke above 530. What happened? We went to 540. The next day is not, if it's not going to 550 because we broke above 540. We need it to go above 550. Look at 3 days, please. It hit 539, 540, 539. Just what? Look at puts. We came down, we came down. So this week, which weeks are you looking at? You're looking the week from 12th to 16, 2 weeks. Then you want to see the next week, did it break? So from 12th here, we hit 539, we didn't touch 540. But next week, did we break 540? Yes. So this week, you want Meta above which level? 540. Above 540, you're riding it up to which level? 550. So on Monday, tomorrow Monday, even if it's not at 540, so if this support, then you're riding it to 540. But the day the support is above 540, you are riding it up to 550, 560, like that. You want to go 2 weeks before and see which multiple of 10 was hit or rejected. And then the next week, you want to see, did the market drive that stock above that multiple of 10 or below that multiple of 10? If it did, you have a decision for the next week. So you want that stock above the previous week multiple of 10 because the market already told you the decision where they wanted to drive that stock to. So this week, you're looking at the week from 12th to 16th. Then the last week you want to see, did that stock break above that multiple of 10? Yes. If yes, then this week you want that stock above the high, the multiple of 10 high of the previous week. So for Meta, we need it above 540. For SPY, we need it above 550. Any stock you're looking at, that's how you're going to use that strategy. 2 weeks before, next week, did they make a decision? If not, then if that stock did not break that multiple of 10 the next week, then anticipate a pullback. You're doing the same bullish side, you're doing the same bearish side. I'm just looking at bullish right now. Okay, so UNH, you'd have seen UNH the 5th to the 9th here. So this is Monday. It was coming from 589. So 570, it came down to 5. It didn't break 550, so it rejected 550. So you're looking at 560. Then come Monday, you want to see if it broke above this 570 to 580 the next week. Did it do it? Yes, it did. So here we broke above 580. So you want to see come Monday, 19th, you want it to be above which support? 580. So here it's 576. That's why you're seeing this move. 575. That's why you're seeing this move. You need it above which level? 580. So if it's not going to that it's not giving you that 580 support, you're going down. So we came down 570. So next week, because it broke 580, you need it to be above 580 to ride it up to 590. The same thing. You're looking 2 weeks before. Any questions? Two weeks before, you need to do planning. Any stock, especially if you're seeing the list of the 5K or anything, let's say like PDD. So Chinese were in the 5K list last week. So PDD, you'd have looked what from the 5th. So here from the 5th to the 9th, we had hit 130, so 134, 136, but did we touch 140 up to the 9th? No. So the following week, you want to see, did it break above that 540? So for next week, did it break above 140? Sorry, 140, yes, it did. So the 12th, it broke above 140 here, 140. And then come Friday, it touched 150. So the next week, you want it above 150 or above 140 to ride it up. So here we have double top 150, 150. Did it go to 160? No. So plan for pullback. It pulled back. As long as it's above 140, you're riding it up. So we have 143, 143, 145, 145. If it's not holding that 150, again, what are you doing? You're getting puts to each level 140. So the same stock, this 150, as long as it will give you 2 days or 3 days of not going to the next, as long as it's not going to the next multiple of 10, in your mind, please plan for puts. So now you're looking for double top or lower high. So here we had 150, 152, we have a high. So maybe you're saying, okay, let's see, we're going to 160. It doesn't go to 160, it hits 151. You have a lower high, get puts. As long as it's not giving you the next multiple of 10, that stock, plan for puts. So from 140, the next level is 130. So here, from 151, you'd have gotten puts all the way to 138. You look here, we had multiple of 10, didn't touch it, came down. The next level, lower high, get puts. The decision was told to you when it's not going to the next multiple of 10. If it's not going to the next multiple of 10, plan for puts for that stock for that week, especially if you're seeing Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, nothing. plan for puts, probably Thursday, Friday, you'll see that stock dropping. Okay, the same thing. So GS. So GS, the 5th, you're going 2 weeks back, then you want to see next week. Did they make a decision? If yes, then you know what to do in the following week. So we have here, we came from 437 and then it went all the way to, so we have 488 and then Friday we have 491. So it broke above what? 490. So you want to see the next week, Monday to Friday. Did it break above 490? Which multiple of 10 now will I be looking at? So we broke here 490 and even it broke 500, but it didn't go to 510. Okay, so you have your decision. Above 500, I'm riding it up. If it does not go to 510, you're getting puts. So the next week here, we have Monday. Did it touch 510? No. The next day, did it touch 510? No. Get puts. So it came down. It rejected which level? 490 here, 490 here, 490 here. 3 days is enough to know it's not going down to 490. It probably wants to go to 510. You get calls. 510. It was hit on Friday. Okay. 3 days is enough to know what this stock wants to do. So it's not going to 490 first day, 490 next day, 490 the third day, just get calls. Where does it want to go? 510, because that's what it was headed the previous week. It doesn't matter. Whatever stock, use the same strategy. It doesn't matter. Okay? Multiple of 10, go back 2 weeks before. The next week, you want to see, was a decision made? Netflix, the same thing. It doesn't matter, whatever stock. So here, the 5th. So this week, you're looking at 2 weeks before, it's the 12th to the 16th. You want to see, so last week, did this stock made that decision? Whatever decision it made, that's what you're guiding. If in 3 days that stock is not going to the next multiple of 10, plan for put. If it's not going to the next multiple of 10 support, plan for calls. So we had here, we hit 630. By Friday, we had not touched 640. Okay. So you want to see next week, did it break above 640? So we want to see the following week, Monday, we didn't break. Finally, we broke it. We touched 650. We went to 660. We went to 670. We went to 680. So the next week, you want Netflix above which level? 680. You're riding it up. Okay. So here, is it above 680? Yes, we went up. So now it has hit which level? 710. So above 700, you're riding it up. So now you have those 680, you have 690 support, 680 support. As long as it's staying above those level, you're riding it up. If not, you're going down to which level? Below 680, 670. So here we had seen it broke 710, yes. The next day, did it touch 710? No. 701, 701, you have double bottom. 696, it's a lower high, get puts. You have 3 days that stock is told you, I don't want to go back to 710. I'm tired. So now what is our key level now this week? What is the key level? You have 720. So if you're looking at Netflix, so this was the week 12. What is the high? 670, 680. So the 16th, 680. So come next week, as long as Meta, so come tomorrow, as long as Netflix is above 680, you're riding it up. What is our target? 720. Because we hit which level? 710. So we need it above which level? 680. So come here. You want Netflix above which level? 680. Above 680, you're getting calls. You're riding it up to which level? 720. You do that. Go last week. You can even write down those levels, or you can draw your lines. When you see that stock crossing above it, you're getting calls. So for Netflix, that's what you have in mind. above 680, I'm riding it up. I'm holding to each level, 720. Above 700, you still ride it up. Above 690, you're riding it up. Above 680, you're riding it up. The minute is breaking 680, you're holding to each level, 670. Okay? Multiple of 10, go 2 weeks before and you want to see, was a decision made the following week? Okay? Whether it's bearish or bullish. Let me see. So let me see a bearish one. We were pulling back the whole of last week, so probably we might not see which stocks are bearish. This one was pulling back. So this was, let's see, 12th. So we have one, it rejected 140 here, rejected 140, 140. If a stock is rejecting a multiple of 10 for 3 days, just plan to go back up. Okay, we see it go up. And then, so this is 16th. So now you're looking at 12 to 16 above 1. This is 1. So here it rejected 160, 160. So did it break 160 next week? Yes, it did. It went to 170. So if you're looking at ELF this week, you want it above which support? 170. But if it breaks below 160, you're looking at 150. And you know here it was headed for 140, especially these stocks that make such gaps. Look at here. It came from 143 to 172. So you can look at support above, below 150, you're looking at 140. Above 170, you're riding it up, because here, what did it do? It rejected 180 here, rejected 180 here, rejected 180. So we want to see if it's going to go to 180 this week. You need it above which support? 170. Okay, so 2 weeks, you're going 2 weeks, and then you want to see the next week. Was a decision made? If yes, now you have the next multiple of 10 next week. If that stock does not hit the next multiple of 10 for 3 days, plan for puts. If it does not hit the next multiple of 10 support, plan for calls. You will see 3 days of rejection. Very easy. 3 days, 3 days. Good calls. You see 3 days, it's rejecting a resistance. Puts, you can see that with BA, you can see with the RCL, all those stocks that will, PDD, Baidu. If it's rejecting a multiple of 10 for 3 days, just plan for puts. Okay. So here, let's say this is the 5th. So it had hit 160 and then it didn't touch 170. That's BA. 169. This happened on Monday pre-market, so this doesn't count. So here you wanted it above which level? 170 the next week. So the next week, did it go above 170? You can see here it rejected here, 160 rejected here, went up and finally broke above 170, and it touched 180 on Friday. So the 16th, the 19th, you'll be wanting above 180, you're riding it up. Below 180, you're riding it to 170. So here, if it's not going to 190, so because it touched 180, your next level is 190. If it's not going to 190, get puts. It didn't touch 180 here, 180 here, lower high, it came down, touch 170, you're riding it up. You want to see 3 days if it's not touching 170. 1 day, 2nd day, 3rd day went up. So we want to see this week. We need it to go to which level? 190. Why? Because it touched 180. And we need it to stay above which level? 180 or 170. The minute it is breaking 170, you're getting puts to 160. You want 3 days of rejecting a multiple of 10. So this strategy is good to catch what? Day trade or swing trades. The last one, 3 weeks tight pattern. I know I've not been posting that, but you're looking, this one, you're looking on the daily. you can clearly see if a stock is going sideways more than 3 weeks, it's either gonna, the previous, you want the candle that breaks out of that range. Now you see here, we got this pullback, then you want to see, will it go back up? So that's, if you want to catch swing setups, 3 weeks tight pattern, you want a stock going sideways for at least 3 weeks, 15 days. That stock is not breaking a high, is not breaking a low. So you have these 3 weeks here. We had Tesla when it was doing that over 3 weeks, it even broke that 3 weeks. That's a stock to look. Why? It's consolidating. Either somebody is buying or somebody is selling. Okay, so these stocks that are going sideways more than 3 weeks or 3 weeks, somebody makes a decision, you go with that. Okay, but a consolidation that is the best, that is still strong, 3 to 6 days of inside bar, up to 9. If a decision is made, go with it. But if it goes more than 9 days, wait for 15, 18, it can go to 21, it can go to 30 days. So 3 weeks tight pattern, you want to look on the daily chart, you want to see indecision. It's a tight pattern where it's not breaking a range at the top or at the bottom. I don't know if there's a strategy I've forgotten. Any questions? So every day you have to know what you're looking for. Consolidation, indecision. I know I spoke about indecision, NR7, very good. Any day you see a stock creating, even SPY, when it was creating NR7, we got that move. You will get a move, a decision will be made when a stock creates an NR7, okay? So you want to catch those, because they'll give you those day trades, or they'll give you those swing trades, okay? So SPY, if it's not giving you the next multiple of 10 for at least 3 days, so very key to see what happens to a stock Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So if it's today is Monday, you want to see last week, what was this stock doing? Was it having trouble with the next multiple of 10, plan for puts? If it's having trouble with the next multiple of 10 support, plan for calls. Very easy to see. It's 5, as long as it has hit a multiple of 10. If it's not going to the next one, it has to pull back. Here, 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 just plan for this move. Very easy. And you're getting, it's not bad. It's 564 to 554, almost 10 points. And then it goes back up again. We're having trouble. So if SPY is not hitting 570 this week, just know we have to plan for puts. Okay, 1 to 3 pull back. Very simple. You want, after a strong downtrend, you'll see those indecision, inside bars, and then you want a change of character. Slingshot setup, for me, it's the best. 50 every day, look for 52-week low, 52-week high, 2-month high, 2-month low. Every day, just want to know which stocks have hit 52-week high low high today, or 52-week low today, because you'll get a setup for them then following day. It's either they're gonna pull back, or you're getting continuation. Okay. And multiple of 10. Multiple of 10, if you make that your friend, it should be very easy. Go back 2 weeks, go see if a decision was made the following week, and then you have levels to watch for the 3rd week. Swali. Okay. So this is our last class. If anybody still wants any kind of training for whatever strategy or whatever, just get in touch. You can get a group of 5, or if you want one-on-one, I'm here. But as of from next month, I'll be posting the 5K list. I'll be posting the different categories. You stocks there, either momentum, lotto, buy the dip, sell the rip. That list is very good because it tells you what to anticipate for that stock. For me, the best is the lotto, where the RSI is in the middle. Okay, look at the ADX. I know I've not covered it a lot. We did a topic on it. I'll look for it on YouTube, but very important. Don't just trade without looking at the ADX. You look at the 1 hour, 4 hour, and sometimes even the daily. Very important. You want the trend you're getting in to hold. Okay.
Virginia, have you posted your Facebook where we can find you on Facebook or a link to your page?
Yes, I've posted it on the announcement. I'll post it again. You'll find it there. I'll post it again. Okay. I'll see on Facebook if I can be doing some live, what do you call it? Live trades. I don't promise, but it has to, I'm trying to see if I can take Marie to 2 days a week or something somewhere, but I haven't found a good place yet. I think I'm scared for something. She's never been away from me since she was born, so it's very difficult decision. But we will see. On Facebook, it will be a bit easy. Not a lot of stressful things to do. Okay. Terry, sign us off. I'll post the link for today's class. Please have a strategy. Just plan. They're very simple strategies. If you're following them and you're just plan, having a plan and knowing what to anticipate the following week is the most important thing. Anytime you have indecision, anytime the market is indecisive or any stock is indecisive, just know that's the stock to be at. Some people run away, but that's where you need to be. Okay, multiple of 10, just very easy. If it's not going to the next one, just know plan for puts or plan for calls. Nyagot, sign us off.
Yes. Before I sign off, I want to say thank you, Virginia, for giving us your time. Thank you so much for taking care of us like your babies. I'm sure everybody here, the 7 of us here, can relate.
Yeah.
And I don't know about others, but I will miss you on Discord, you know. I hope that I can still be able to enjoy your company on other platforms. But
You guys
you have been
interact on
very
Facebook.
resourceful.
If
Yeah,
you
you've
ask
been very
questions,
resourceful.
Terry, I'll be there to
Yes.
interact. Ask questions on Facebook, posts, I'll be there to answer. So it's just that Discord is like me talking and nobody else, but on Facebook there'll be interactions. So if you have questions, just post there. Anything, just post and I'll be there to answer.
Yeah. Above all, thank you very much. Your strategies have are very valid. They have really helped. Personally, I can relate. I have benefited a lot. And
Yeah.
every time I just sleep and eat and drink Virginia with all your levels, everything. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
let's make money next week, you know. We gotta make this money.
Yeah, we want to see.
Yeah.
So if SPY breaks 565, then it means we are now, this August will probably end on a bullish side.
Oh,
Yeah.
on that note, Virginia, on
Mm.
a daily chart, there were few tickers that had bullish engulfing candles.
Oh, I forgot to mention. That's another strategy I forgot to mention. Thank you for mentioning it. Can I say before you ask
Yeah, you say it because then it
Okay.
will.
So every day you also look for stocks that, so what is a bullish engulfing or bearish engulfing? It means the next day that stock breaks the previous day high and the previous day low. So that's what? That's a bullish engulfing. No, it breaks the previous day low and previous day high. So you have an outside day. It breaks a previous day high and it breaks below the previous day low. So this is the thing. You want that stock. I don't know if Maria's gone with my phone. It's a bullish. Let's see if this one will tell us. Okay, so this is a bearish, sorry, I'm talking about a bearish engulfing. It breaks above the previous day high and breaks below the previous day low. That's a bearish engulfing, okay? So you want to trade that stock which gives you, like here, this is a very good one, a bearish engulfing. Breaks above the previous day high and breaks below the previous day low. When that happens, when you see a stock with a bearish engulfing, you want to trade that stock because there was a strong bearish sentiment. So will it continue down? And here we saw, what did it do? It continued down, okay? So that's any stock you see, it breaks above the previous day high and breaks above below the previous day low, you have a bearish engulfing candle. So it means it was a strong sentiment. You want to see if the following day that sentiment will continue, or you'll have the negative effect. So it means if it's a bearish engulfing, the next day the market will say, oh no, we want nothing to do with that low, we want to go back up. If it's a bullish engulfing, you have this. So here, this candle, this previous candle, where is one? You don't see a lot of bullish engulfing. Is this a bullish? So this is a bullish. It broke above the previous day high. It's the same concept, but this is a red candle. So we broke above below the previous day low, and this broke above the previous day high, but the candle is red. So this is a bullish engulfing. You want to look at that stock the next day. Is it going to make the same sentiment to continue up? Okay, will it continue up? So that's another, I think I've told you guys about what is the candle? The three candles: doji, a spinning top, a shooting star. You guys go read about doji, spinning top, shooting star, and the engulfing candles. Very important Japanese candles, because they tell you what the sentiment is the next day. Okay, ask your question now. These are bullish. You see here we had a bullish. Oh, I didn't know. This is a bearish engulfing. Then we went up. Oh, it's a bullish, very low. So which stock had a bullish engulfing? I know SPY broke. No, this is not a bullish. We had a bearish engulfing here. Broke below and then broke above. Hey, Marie went with my phone. I had a list. This is something I needed to talk about. I had a list of bullish engulfing and bearish. I'll post them. You're seeing here we have here.
I think I saw this on Thursday, and I wanted to ask, like, now that we have this bearish engulfing on SPY, does it mean that we are anticipating a drop in SPY, or we have to go by the day?
So whenever we have an engulfing candle, we want to see the next 2 days. What is the sentiment? If it does not break above that, because you're creating a new high and you're breaking below the previous day low. So if it's not going lower, it means it wants to go back up. So this next day, what happened after SPY created the bearish engulfing candle? What did we get? What is this candle? What do you call this candle, Terry? What is this candle? Or anyone? So we got a bearish sentiment. And then the next day, what happened? What is this candle?
That's
Is it a hammer? Is it a hammer?
No, that's not a hammer.
What do you call it?
It is. How do I forget it? And
I just
you
said
talked about it even last week.
it's a spinning top.
It's a spinning top. Thank you.
So it's a spinning top is what type of candle? Is indecision. So it means after we had the bearish sentiment, we got indecision because they didn't know, do we want to go above 563 or do we need to go down 555? So that means what? Which day is very important? We want to see Monday. Whoever makes a decision, we're going by that decision because we had a negative bearish sentiment, and the next day nobody made a decision. SPY did not go below 555 and it did not go above 553. We had what we call a spinning top. So Monday is very important. Any day you have you see this day, a very strong bearish engulfing candle. So the next day, what happened? We went lower, and that's why we dropped all the way to 509. So thank you for reminding me, because that was something I was supposed to talk about. Engulfing. You want to know the decision made after an engulfing. An engulfing is a very strong bullish or a bearish sentiment. So the next day here, we didn't get a decision, we got a spinning top. So we want to see on Monday. If we are above 563, then a decision has been made. Where are we going? Up. And what is our target? 570. If it's below 555, where are we going? Down. What is our target? 550 and below. So anytime you see any stock with a bearish or a bullish engulfing candle, just know you need to look at that stock and see, will that sentiment continue? Because that was a strong bearish or a strong bullish sentiment. Okay? So if it's followed by indecision, it means what? Somebody has to make a decision. Whoever makes a decision, ride with it. So it means above 5, we need it above 563 or 563 or below 555. Okay? Thank you for reminding me. That was a topic I wanted to also talk about today. Engulfing is a very strong sentiment. So the next day, it's very important to know who makes a decision. Does that answer your question, Terry? Hmm? You want gum?
Yes.
Terry, does that answer your question? So on Finviz, you can actually see stocks that had a bearish or a bullish engulfing candle. On Finviz, they have, I think, Shooting Star, bullish engulfing, bearish engulfing. So you can get that every day. You can check the stocks that had a bearish or a bullish engulfing. It means that stock broke above the previous day high and then broke below the previous day low. It has been engulfed. Whatever previous candle was, it has been engulfed. So it depends whether that stock was bullish, the next candle was bullish or bearish, but it's engulfing. So you want to know. So this is if it's opening below. So let's say a bullish one, it has gone below the previous day low. So it's that stock trended up to break above the previous day high. So that's a bullish engulfing candle. If it's bearish, we opened above the previous day high and then we dropped below the previous day low. That's a bearish engulfing candle. So you want to know, after a strong sentiment, what is the decision the next day? So if it's an indecision, then it means, oh, you still have to look at that stock, because a decision has to be made after such a strong sentiment. So every day when you're looking at the chart, the daily chart, look for those. You might not see them well on Heikin Ashi. Always try to change to regular candles. That's where, like, this is a strong, this is a bearish engulfing. Okay, so here, so the next day, if it's avoiding the low, this is what it did. It created a higher low. It went to break the high, but it was pushed that back down. Then we had a spinning top, and then finally we had SPY going to 565. Okay, those Japanese candles are very interesting. They're very interesting. So here we had another engulfing, but it didn't. This was not a good engulfing because the close was inside. You want, like here, this is a bearish engulfing. Opened here and closed here. The next day, what happened? It might be full after such a strong sentiment. You always, in most cases, you're followed by indecision. We had a spinning top, and then we had this shooting star, and then what happened? We came down. Okay. Any other question? So tomorrow, very important to see. I think also QQQ. I think QQQ somehow this last week QQQ. Yeah, the same thing. We had this and bearish engulfing and then indecision. So we want to see what decision is made after such a strong sentiment. You're seeing here, we had another engulfing here, and then the next day we pushed high, but we had an inside bar, and then finally we pushed up. Okay, so read about the spinning top. I like spinning top, doji, and engulfing and a shooting star. They're very important Japanese candles. I know there's evening star and morning star, but shooting star is a reversal candlestick. So I like shooting star, and then the spinning top, doji, they're all in decision. So you want a decision to be made after. Okay. Sawa
So,
sawa.
what did you say we learned those candles again?
We have doji, we have spinning top, we have shooting star, and engulfing. So we have a bearish engulfing and a bullish engulfing. Those are the
Thank you.
four that I really love. And today, thank you, Terry. I was supposed to talk about that. Thank you for reminding me. Bearish engulfing, because these are strong sentiments, and you want to see the next day what decision is made. So you see here, anytime you're seeing an engulfing candle, you always see a move, either a strong move down or a strong move up afterwards, because it's a strong sentiment. Okay. Kwaheri.
Yeah, highlights. You see, after that drop on that same chart, QQ, there was a bearish engulfing, but the trend did not change. So it's important that when you see that, you look for the next move.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it's a strong sentiment. So you want to see if somebody was malicious or the market wanted to go down, but the next day if it's creating a higher low, even after a bearish engulfing, it means the market still wanted that stock to still trend up. So we want to see, and this is at the top, even though QQQ is a bit far from the previous high, unlike SPY is very near, but QQQ is a bit far. So we want to see if QQQ will continue down or it will continue to push up. So we are at the end of the week. I will post the key plays for September in the Facebook. You've seen, guys, those key plays really work out. Like Tesla was a key play, and you've seen how it's been playing out the whole month. After massive, like we had those strong bullish trend all the way to mid-July, always anticipate some negative trend, bearish trend in the month of August. And then we want to see what decision is made this last week. If SPY breaks above 565, as long as it's not touching 570, then next week it means we're still, there's still some room to go down. Okay. Haya, kwaherini. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Let's make money, guys.
All right.
Right. Thank you. Good night.
Good night.